What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, oh, here we go, another new band. This is coming from Kane M. This is Kane M's request. Kane M wanted to watch me react to this band called Shihad, and the band is going to be performing a tune called The General Electric. Now, have I heard of this band before? No, I have not. So, have I heard the song before? To the best of my knowledge, no, I have not. But there is the possibility that maybe it was used in a movie or a television show or even a commercial, and I might have heard it before. So, if I start listening to it and I go, oh yeah, I recognize the song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Down Low, and the video has 74,666 views. Yeah, there we go. It'll get you there. I just had to put it up for the 666. Anyway, other than that, there's nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. This is Shihad with The General Electric live at BDO. BDO. Oh, Big Day Out. I'll bet you this is in Australia or New Zealand. Okay, yeah, BDO, Big Day Out. Man, I would love to play there. We've been invited. We have been invited several times. We just couldn't come up with the money to get out there. Anyway, all right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Yeah, it's hot out there.
Not a happy man. Start rolling just as fast as you can. Yeah, you son. From here, so do I. This passenger just a passing by. Passengers just a passing by. Plan. Fuck them all and take what you can. Freezing cold and a brick in the eye. Passengers just passing by. Passengers just passing by. Passengers just passing.
Okay, gonna pause really quick. All right. There's a couple of things they're doing that I'm really enjoying, and there are a couple of things I'm not liking at all. The whole first verse, it was drums and vocals with just some stoppy on the guitar, just ba, 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 and it was just vocals and drums. I was not a fan of that. I'm going to be honest with you. That was not appealing at all. But then he stopped singing and the guitar came in heavy, thick, full, and we went into the solid groove at that point. That I loved. I loved hearing that part. It just seems like every time he starts singing and everything lays out, but I wasn't a fan. But this time when he was singing, the bass was staying with it. That made it a little more palatable. Still not the biggest fan of it, but having the bass in there helped quite a bit, actually. It wasn't like, oh, I didn't like that or I hated it. It was like, it was okay. It's okay. It's all right. You know, but it went from like a 2 to like a 4. maybe a 5, you know. So it just adding the bass already brought it up. But the full chord that everybody was playing, oh, that was a 7, maybe even an 8. So this song is all over the place on my grading scale right now. So hopefully we get some consistency here, because if not, I don't know what kind of a score they're gonna get. I am not sure. Anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's see where this goes.
In the eye, passengers just passing by. Passengers just passing by. Passengers just passing. Walk on, what do you think in the ice? Walk on, what do you think in the ice? Walk on, what do you think in the ice? Walk on, what you gotta sink in the ice. Holding everything inside. You're holding everything inside. You're holding everything inside. You're holding everything inside. Don't it feel good just to be alive? Holding everything inside. What you want and take what you can. Still don't make you a happy man. Start running just as fast as you can. Yeah! These coats that are in the eye. Passengers just passing by. Passengers just passing by. Walk on, what do you think in the ice? Walk on, what do you think in the ice? We're all made together to sacrifice. Walk on, you gotta sink in the ice.
I am not sure how this is going to go as far as the score goes. There are parts that I am absolutely loving, like the choruses. Yeah, definitely. I'm loving the choruses. The verses. Like I said, with the addition of the bass to fill out the bottom, and now both guitars are going on the choruses, hearing that it's helping, but vocally he is just not impressing me on those verses at all. It's just very start and stop, breathy, no power. I'm not impressed with the verses at all. But the choruses are great. So I don't know. I don't know where this is going to go. I guess we'll just keep listening and hope for the best. 10 seconds, I know.
Know what you want to ya. Let's all go fucking mental now. Know what you want.
Nice. I love how he's engaging with the crowd, you know, asking them, how you guys doing today? You guys having a good time? You know, he's engaging with the crowd, putting his hands to the ears, trying to get them to respond, and he did. He got the response he was looking for, so kudos to him. Great crowd interaction. Going to this breakdown, everything came down, so that allowed him to do that, which was smart. Kind of like a little bit of a breakdown instrumentally, too, so that everybody is more subdued, but the guitars are still a little more prominent over the top with the little swells. That little bit still going on, which is, it helps. It helps. Yeah, I don't mind this at all. I don't mind this part at all. I don't know. Maybe it's his voice. I don't know. Something about that verses, man. Just. Anyway, let's keep going. We got what? 1 minute and 23. Let's see if we can finish this off without any more pausing. Let's try. Let's try.
Let's all go fucking mental now. Know what you want. What you want.
Hey! Calling into the crowd. I like that ending. The drums laid out. It was just guitar and bass. Yes, that was awesome. Good ending. Okay, I'm gonna have to think about this one. Give me a few moments, and I'll be back in a little bit. But this is gonna require some thought.
15 minutes later.
Well, there you go, folks. That was Shihad with the General Electric. This was a request from Kane M. All right. I really had to give this one some thought. I really did. A little more time and thought than I was ready to give, actually. But it was necessary. I had to do it. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give this a 7.7. Yep, 7.7. I feel good with that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
I'm going to start off by saying this was not a bad song, okay? This was not a bad song at all. This was actually a really good song, okay? Not great. I'm not saying it was great, but it was a really good song. I loved pretty much everything about it. It all had a great feel. It was simplistic, but effective for the most part. I mean, I think they could have done more with it as far as, like, dynamics. You know, I loved that ending where the drummer laid out. I would have loved to have seen them incorporate that into the end of their choruses. That would have been a very defining moment of, here's the end of the chorus, here's the beginning of the next part. I think something like that would have been a nice touch. Unfortunately, they only did it the one time at the end. The song did kind of bleed together. It was kind of hard at points to differentiate between where the verses ended and where the choruses started. You know, there was a little bit of a transitional gap there, you know, transitioning from one place to the other. It was a little tough, but after a couple measures, we figured it out. So, not a big deal. Not a huge deal. It is a deal, but it's not a huge deal. What the guitar player was doing was cool. I'm taking into account everything on this, not just the song, but I'm also taking the performance into account here too. Drummer did a great job. I loved everything the drummer was doing, from playing to what he was playing to how he was playing it. So not just what it was within the context of the song, but in his performance as well. He did a really great job. The guitar player on stage right, the guy wearing the gray shirt, he was doing a great job of playing. When he would come up to the mic, boy, and he had this look on his face like he was terrified. He was absolutely terrified. He got his feet were together, his whole body was straight as a board, totally stiff, and he was just like, he had that look on his face. I mean, look, you hear about stage fright. That is there it is. Now, if that's not stage fright, if that's just how he is, that's even worse. I mean, it's one thing to have stage fright and get, the deer in the headlights complex, like, oh my God, look at all those people. That's one thing. But to be a rocker and get up there and be all stiff like that, and, dude, come on, man. You gotta loosen up, dude. You really do. But he did a great job of playing, so I can't knock him on his playing. I'm just knocking him on his stage presence and his showmanship. The bass player, I was really impressed with him on two counts. One, what he was playing, he had a great bass tone. One of my favorite bass tones right there. He's got that little bit of fuzz, a little bit of grit with a lot of low end and some high end. No mids. Love that tone. Absolutely do. I could listen to a bass tone like that all day long. Will it fit every song? No, but I wouldn't mind hearing people try, because I dig it. The other thing I liked about him was he was moving around, he was interacting with the crowd. Even when he got on the mic, he was still relaxed, and he was having fun, and he was still being engaging. A lot of fun to watch him play as well. Lead singer, okay, this is where things get complicated. Like I said, on the verses, not a fan of him. Not a fan at all. Sounded to me like he was really out of breath, but he wasn't. But it sounded like he was. But then he would turn right around and go into the choruses with a full tone, full projection, full voice. So why did he sound like he was out of breath on the verses? It didn't make any sense. Very stoppy, very, trying to catch my breath, and I'm singing like this, and it's just like, dude, why? I don't know if that was intentional or accidental or what, but it was not fun to listen to, no matter what the situation might be. But then he would go into the choruses, like I said, and he would sound great. So, I mean, full projection, full voice, supported, sounded good. I just don't get these two different types of styles of vocalizations. It just, Anyway, I wasn't a fan of the verses, but the choruses were great, and the ending was great. So that's why it's getting to 7.7. If he had done, like if the vocalist had done the verses like he had done the choruses, maybe not full-blown belting, but if he at least supported and was able to sustain the notes instead of then you know what? It might have been up in the 8s. Very easily, I could have seen this game like an 8.2, maybe even an 8.3. But those verses, man, I just cannot get my head around them. So between that and the guitar player being, Mr. Concrete Stiff, that's why we're going down to a 7.7. Now, is 7.7 a bad score? No, 7.7 is not a bad score. If you look down at my scoring chart, look down there at my scoring chart. What does it say? 7.0, really good. So anything above a 7.0 just means it's that much better than really good. This is 0.7 higher than really good. That is a really, really, really good score. So I'm taking everything into account here, and that's the score I came up with. 7.7, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It will do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell, and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.